Now, one thing I want to talk about, somebody was mentioning the Maduro stuff, and I guess I saw this on Twitter, and I guess we could talk about this. More so about not about the capture, but I've been diving into a lot of stuff regarding aliens, the phenomenon, AI. I've been in the rabbit hole of this stuff, right? Now we'll watch a video on this too, but breaking it says the intelligent expert and Sasha Ingberg writes that the U.S. has captured a device believed to be linked to Havana Syndrome. Now, obviously, this tweet is not 100% fact, right? But we're gonna play something that um, seems to be fact because it's been reported by a lot of news outlets. But she writes that four sources, including two familiar with the U.S. Special Operations, informed her that the U.S. acquired the weapon a number of months ago during a raid by the U.S. Special Forces in an unspecified location. The device is now allegedly in the hands of the Defense Department's intelligence and security unit. Some Venezuelan soldiers have claimed that they experienced Havana syndrome like symptoms during the U.S. raid to capture Maduro. It has long been speculated that the Havana syndrome could be used by some type of new direct energy weapon, pulse radio frequency microwave, or acoustic energy that could be gun like and transportable. Havana syndrome worldwide. So, Washington, D.C., Havana, these are all places that it was done at. It said the United States has had directed.
Secretary, can I ask you a question about some of the technology that you're developing to fight the war on terror, specifically directed energy and high-powered microwave technology? When do you envision that you can weaponize that type of technology?
It is in, for the most part, the kinds of things you're talking about are in varying early stages. Do you have anything you'd add?
I don't think I would add much.
He wasn't supposed to say all that. Buddy was not supposed to even admit to that shit.
I think they are in early stages and probably not ready for employment at this point.
But this this video is old as hell, so they ready now.
In the normal order of things, when you invest in research and development and begin a developmental project, you don't have any intention or expectations that one would use it. On the other hand, the real world intervenes from time to time, and you reach in there and take something out that is still in a developmental stage, and you might use it. So your question's not answerable. It depends on what happens in the future and how well things move along the track and whether or not someone feels it's appropriate to reach into it.
So you're trying to say basically there's a lot of things that we got that we're working on, but sometimes we'll pull them shits out and use them. And that goes to say that a lot of things that, if you guys don't know, there's tons of things that are, apparently in black market projects, as they call them. There's aircraft and weapons, and some say a reverse engineered alien stuff that's been put out there that isn't black projects, as they call them, that you'll never see the light of the day. But he's basically saying that they'll use them and put them back.
Development stage and see if something might be useful, as was the case with the unmanned aerial vehicles.
But you sound like you're willing to experiment with
Yeah, I think that's the point, and I think, and we have, I think, from the beginning of this conflict, I think General Franks has been very open to looking at new things if there are new things available, and has been willing to put them into the fight even before they've been fully wrung out. And I think that's not referring to these two particular cases of directed energy or high-powered microwave, but
so the reason why this is even being brought up is because of this particular video right here. So this is the original video.
Hola amigos, ¿cómo están? Escuchemos al líder del 23 de enero.
So this is this video, but this guy translates it basically. So let's
has spoken, and you got to hear what he's said. It's in Spanish, but I'll translate. Also, Trump announced that, the cartels, they're going after him in Mexico. The whole vibe of Latin America has changed because of what happened in Venezuela. And now that we're getting firsthand accounts from people that were there,
building. Good to see you, brother.
the soldier says they didn't hear him coming. He says the Americans had technology superior to anything they've ever seen. Everything that they were using for radar, for anything, was completely taken offline. They had drones, and the drones were taking out bases and taking out things faster. They didn't have no technology. They've never had to fight against drones. He also talks about that there was only 8 helicopters. There was only 20 men that were sent in. And those 20 men killed hundreds of their men, and none of those soldiers were injured. He talks about it felt like they were firing 300 rounds a minute. Nothing they've ever seen, nothing that they can compete with. And then he also talks to the fact that the Americans had some kind of
There it is right here.
sonic shock boom that was sent out, and everybody immediately started bleeding profusely out of their nose. They couldn't even gather themselves because whatever was sent at them made them fall to their knees and vomit blood out of their mouth and out of their noses. They were incapacitated immediately. He says he never wants to go through that again, doesn't want to have to fight with the Americans again. He's sending warnings to everybody out there that you think you can fight the Americans, you don't even know what their weaponry is like and what they're capable of. 20 men took out hundreds, and that's starting to spread all through Latin America. And now they're not saying, if you want me, come and get me anymore. They're like, oh shit. Especially after Trump says, hey.
So when I saw this video right here, in my head, I'm like, okay. But then something clicked. And I'm like, oh shit. Because I was wondering about this already. Bruh, this picture I'm about to show y'all was dropped way before this guy even talked about this. And it didn't make sense. But now it does. This is the picture when they captured Maduro. Do you notice the red stuff on his shirt? He has blood on his shirt, bro. He has blood on his shirt. He has blood on his sleeve. The thing is, he's not swolled up. It's not like he got beat the hell up and is bleeding like that. There's no visible markings of his face or anything. So like, why are you bleeding right here? Well, because he was bleeding from his nose. It had to be blood coming on his nose and got on his damn shirt. That's the only thing I can think of. Because his face is perfectly fine. So I saw this, I'm like, holy shit, this is real. And then it's been all over the news and all that. Like it's already out there, you know. This I definitely think that this is somewhat real. And there was a video of a guy that did something a while back. They have some type of weapon that they can shoot at you that like produces like super crazy heat. Let me see. I think this was it. This was 13 years ago.
Had quite the heated demonstration at Quantico, Virginia from the Joint Non-Lethal Weapons Directorate.
This is a military area. Move away from the perimeter. I say again, this is a military
They had this in
area.
Call of Duty also.
Their new active denial system boasts a reach far beyond any other non-lethal system.
Well, it's a versatile system. And it has
individuals on a military perimeter effective.
Hold on.
It can deter individuals on a military perimeter all the way up to a riotous crowd, all without permanent harm.
It only penetrates 1/64 of an inch of your skin, goes very shallow into where your nerve receptors are.
So they feel it.
And there's no permanent injury caused by it. Very safe system. We've built in some safety margins and training for the operators.
They even let any of the guests volunteer to test out its effectiveness and safety, including the Assistant Commandant of the Marine Corps, Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps, and Assistant Secretary of the Navy. Most described it as feeling like a hot oven or grill being opened up.
It is something that, once again, probably the safest
13 years
system
ago.
that we've developed as far as the non-lethal capability.
From Washington,
13 years ago, bro. They were doing this. So they already got some shit crazier than that at this point, bro. Crazier than that.